Welcome everybody to our very first award show. We are here today with July 2016's winner, Larica Perera, the writer-director of Tik-Tik.
I want to applaud you on such a great job. We really enjoyed the film a lot.
Thanks so much.
It was a nice, short and sweet version, and it was like you can understand the clear meaning behind it. The story was very clear, and it was pretty moving. So
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Thank you.
So I guess going right into it, what was the inspiration behind Tik-Tik?
Well, growing up, our family would get together a lot with our extended family, so our cousins and things like that. And it would normally be the kids gathering together in a room, exchanging stories that they've heard from their parents or their grandparents, and it was really just like us exchanging these scary, kind of terrifying stories. And that kind of, as I got into film, has always been something that I wanted to do, primarily because you don't see a lot of Filipino culture in film and television, and that's something I wanted to explore. So yeah, it was just kind of dealt from that, and I've always been a fan of horror, especially horror series like The Twilight Zone and Are You Afraid of the Dark, and so on. So yeah, it's just kind of like a marriage of those two things.
What was the most challenging part about making Tik-Tik?
I think that would definitely be the fact that we chose to do it as one shot. So it was really, we had a rehearsal day, and we made sure that before we shot, the crew knew exactly what was happening, where the actors would be, so that on the day that we shot, all we had to do was kind of run the actors through it, and everyone else was on the same page, and we all knew what our end goal was. But really, as we did each take, I mean, you would always have to kind of adjust and make sure your actors were landing where they needed to, or that the camera was framed just the right way. So it was a lot of just trying to get that perfect take, which was the most challenging aspect, I think.
That's actually what I really liked about the piece. Is like, it was, for the most part, it was like all one take, and I was in my mind, I was like, how many times do they have to run through this before they landed on like just the perfect like shot? How many takes was taken?
It was take 10, and that's all. We did take 10 takes.
Just 10 takes?
nice.
Yeah.
And there was that one edit like in the middle of it where you're like zooming in on the eye and zooming out.
Yeah.
Was that how was that achieved? And you don't, if it's like a guarded secret, you don't have to talk about it.
No. We wanted it to still continue feeling like it was one shot, and we were trying to think of how to do that and also kind of have the reveal of the helot as the Tik-Tik. And it was actually the DP who's right beside me, Michael, who came up with the idea of going into the helot's eye and then kind of reversing upside down to reveal the girl. So we shot that separately. We shot the girl separately, and then our VFX artist, Daniel Cohen, mashed it together and made it seamless. So yeah.
You do have the DP sitting next to you?
I do.
Hi DP.
Hey, how's it going?
What's your name?
Michael Keeling.
Michael, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It sounds like she made you work. 10 takes, like all the way through. What?
No, I had a camera operator, so I didn't actually have to. Notes.
Yeah, you just got to sit back and be like, change that.
Nice.
What was the hardest thing for you for the project?
I think probably lighting, because it's one take, you can't move things around for different shots. So yeah, we had to make sure none of our film lights were seen, because we see 360 degrees of the room and probably half the ceiling of the room as well. So that was the biggest challenge. And the hallway too. We see the whole hallway.
How long was prep time? Like, how long did it take to get the set ready and to plan to have like, and basically everything that happened before you actually shot it? How long was that process?
we had so we shot on a Sunday, and we had the Friday previous to run through rehearsal. And then we kind of worked through the weekend to do all the production design. Like, so it was at the producer's house, Via, and they boarded up their windows willingly for the shoot, which was super nice. But yeah, we kind of, I think we were up till like 4 a.m. the day before. And then, yeah, so I mean, there wasn't much sleep, but that's okay. And we also shot like another film the same weekend. So we were just, we were just kind of like powering through. But yeah, we made sure that the Friday was left primarily for the camera team, especially to run through it, to practice with the Ronin, and just to make sure that we were all like on the same page. And then the day of, maybe, I don't know, like,
we had the morning to like go through again.
So maybe like 3 hours, 2-3 hours to like set up on the day. But yeah.
What's next for you guys? What's after Tik-Tik and everything? What's on what's next on your slate?
Well, actually, I'm putting together. We'd like to do a feature anthology of Filipino horror stories. So it would kind of be an expansion of the Filipino culture. There's a lot of weird kind of creatures and monsters and ghost stories in that culture. So I would love to kind of expand on that and get to showcase more of that kind of world. And I feel like it's more so recently that there's been a lot of talk of, the lack of Asian presence in film, or minorities in general. And I feel like as a filmmaker, as someone who is Asian, that's kind of like something that I should be trying to add to. And I don't think we see Filipino culture much in media, and if there is kind of like a mention of Filipino culture, it's almost kind of in a punchline or a joke. So yeah, I just wanted to show like a real side of especially growing up with it, kind of my own experience, which is important to me.
That's actually really like inspiring. I personally, probably Eddie too. I don't want to speak for him, but at least I'm like super interested to see more of your work come through.
Likewise.
Thanks.
So my question was, a lot of indie filmmakers, when they win an award or they appear on film festivals, they always get asked the same question, and I'm kind of curious as well. So what was your budget like for this film?
I would say like 300 to 400 Canadian.
That is amazing. I'm so blown away right now. That is independent filmmaking.
Well,
right
if I
there.
wasn't inspired before, I think I sure am.
That is awesome that you were able to produce Tik-Tik on that budget. Wow. Yeah. Where did most of that go?
We rented, do you want to talk about the camera stuff?
So we borrowed Ronin. We
from a friend.
Yeah, we rented wireless follow focus and lens and something else. I can't remember.
The monitor.
The monitor, yeah. So we had to rent a couple items, and then everything else was either borrowed or stuff we had, or
and we got like costumes, but they were all like kind of from the secondhand store. So really, we just used resources that we had. He has his own camera and stuff like that. So, it's just kind of us and our film friends. That's kind of our goal. We don't feel like you need a lot to tell a good story, So that was just kind of what we went with, and we made do with what we had. We boarded up the windows with pallets we found on the side of the road, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
That really is inspiring. Wow.
Yeah, we see it all the time in Facebook groups or just conversing with individuals at film festivals, and they're always talking about how they spent $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 even dollars on a short film, and are trying to convince other people that you can't do it under $1,000. And so I'm glad that we have you guys here to be able to address that publicly. Like, you actually can make it for less and still be a very captivating piece.
Yes, I will say that aside from Tik-Tik, we also did 3 other films that same month. Each one probably had the same budget, and we finished them all within that month. So you can do it. You don't need a lot. You just need good people to help you make your film and a good story. And then that's it.
I am so looking forward to seeing like everything else that you make, just because like that, you guys are like really, really awesome. Award?
Yes.
Okay,
Best
cool.
Award.
We would like to take this time now to kind of fulfill our duty and award Larica the $1,000. So that's what I'm doing now. Is I'm going to log into my PayPal account and I'm going to be sending the money over, and you get to watch everyone's reactions as this happens.
And we will be sending you out the exclusive T-shirt. It's black and gold. It says Indie FF. It'll also say that you were the Short of the Month winner for July. And so
Cool.
it's a pretty cool T-shirt. Can't buy it anywhere. You only get it if you win.
Yeah. Awesome. I will sport that out everywhere. I will wear it every day.
Very cool. I have it set up on my screen. I'm
All
going to show
right.
the camera. It's like blurry. Maybe the webcam will take. Well, there we go. Boom. It's like in reverse. There's 1,000. There's a grand. Send now. So I sent it. Do you see it? Is it in your account?
It says, I don't know if you can see that. Oh,
Funds are on the way.
Yeah! You got it! You got it! She got
Thank you
it!
so
She
much.
got it! Larica got it! Yes! That is
eating
awesome.
lobster tonight.
So how's this feel? How
Amazing.
you just won $1,000 off of the
Yeah.
festival?
Well, it's super gratifying. I mean, we feel like we work really hard for our films. And I mean, sometimes, when you meet people and you say you want to be a director or a filmmaker, they're kind of like, but like, what do you really want to do? Because there's no that, But it's awesome to make something and to have people watch it and like it. And like, a festival like this is super awesome because there are a lot of big festivals that don't pay artist fees and things like that. So, I mean, this is just going to help us get Tik-Tik further and get Camp 905, which is our company, farther. So thank you so much. Like, this is amazing. You have no idea. Super stoked.
You even like profited like off of a $300 to $400 budget. You just made like that back and then some. Like,
There
it's
you go,
amazing.
guys. Like, you don't need a lot.
Yeah, that's
Profit.
great. Yes. Well, we want to thank you sincerely for submitting to our film festival. It really means a lot to us that you guys took the time out and you sent your amazing film to us.
Oh, I thank you guys. I mean, I think it's an awesome festival, and I hope more filmmakers submit to it and take part in it because I think you guys have a really cool thing going.
You're gonna help us out with that, right? You're gonna help spread the word. Be like, yo, so I won $1,000. You can win $1,000.
Instagram, Twitter, like, it's like,
Is there anything
Sure.
that you wanted to tell other filmmakers or aspiring filmmakers? Any message you want to give?
I'd say don't give up. You're going to make something, and you're going to try to submit it to a lot of festivals, and they might not get into a majority of them, but the ones that they do get into, like, New Direction, it's going to be worthwhile, and you're going to meet people in the industry that you're going to learn from, and always tell something that's personal. Try to pull from your own experiences because people will notice when it's real and when it comes from a place of like real experience. So yeah, keep on going.
That is awesome.
One last thing, if any other viewers wanted to see more of your work, where would they be able to go to look at that?
You can actually check out Camp 905 on YouTube. You can also go to camp905.com. You'll see films from myself, from Michael, and our whole team. And I'm also on Vimeo, so Larica Perera on Vimeo.
All right, there you have it.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Larica and Michael. It was wonderful having you. Way to kick off the first month of Indie Film Festival. Hopefully we'll see more of your stuff. And
yeah, hope so too.
this also puts you into as long as funds are available. That's something we haven't talked about yet. Is that we can only give away hi kitty. We can only give away the monthly prize if we have sufficient submissions to the festival. We did the math. We actually need like 100 and what was it, 74 submissions? Yeah, 174 submissions a month in order to even like give away the $1,000. And we lucked out this month. We had like 179. So we just barely were able to do this.
Yeah.
So let that be a message to the rest of you out there. If you want the $1,000, you have to submit. Yeah.
Yes.
Because otherwise we have nothing to give you, and we want to give stuff away. We want to. So as long as we continue to grow as a festival, we plan on giving away a larger prize at the end of the year that Tik-Tik is now in the running for.
Oh,
so every winner of the short of the month will get put into this pool for short of the year, and so that's coming up. So yeah, in December we may be in touch again to let you guys know the update on that.
That's awesome. Like, you guys are doing an amazing thing. So filmmakers, submit to this one.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You both enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
See you again.
Bye.
Bye. That's always awkward.
Yeah,
I never know how to properly
yeah.
say goodbye to like
Jeez.
anybody. I hate goodbyes. Wow, how was that?
That was amazing.
So you heard that right. Talking to Larica was very motivating and inspiring. Hearing like on such like a shoestring budget,
Yeah.
and to produce something like Tik-Tik on that's like amazing. That actually goes to show that you really don't need, that much money to produce
That's true.
like a good piece.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm sure it's different for like different filmmakers, but I mean, I've always been a believer in where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it that she mentioned that it was story first,
Exactly.
And that's what really drove the piece. I mean, visually it was very captivating, but at the same time the story drove it forward, and it was like, oh, well, I can sit here and watch this. You almost don't realize that it's that short. You kind of want more. You're like, oh,
exactly.
This is it.
I would have loved to see a feature film version
Yes.
of Tik-Tik.
Yes.
Like to see that story continued
Right.
and to see what happens to the creature like throughout the movie.
Or even like the kids that do make it, because obviously there's more kids. So what happens to those kids that made it? Are they afraid to have kids now at the same time?
Yeah, totally. No, this is a good... Larica, you've done a very good thing. And
Indeed.
congratulations. You deserve like everything that Tik-Tik has brought you. And thank you guys for joining us. This month was a huge success, all thanks to you. Again, reminder, Eddie and I have this itch to give away money every month, and we can't do that if you guys aren't submitting. So it's on the website now, and it's also on our social media.
Yep, that's true. And I think we only have 15 days left.
You guys have half a month to pick this up.
We want to give away $1,000 next month, and in hopes that it'll inspire more people to want to go out there and make films, especially if they don't have a budget, that you can still be rewarded for the creative things that you guys do.
You saw it right here, Larica, $1,000. Next month it could be you. Let's see your films. We want to see them. We want to help
Yes.
you. We're here for you. You guys can always interact with us on our social media pages. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yep.
You can always send us emails. We are like backed up in emails right now. I can't promise you every email will be answered, but
We will do our best.
We'll do our best. Yes, all emails will be read and responded to once we get around to them. We really ought to like hire more people to
Extra
run this
hands.
email thing. We do want to make apologies to the first week of submitters. The first week of July, we want to apologize for that snafu. Yeah, there was some miscommunication going on with our judging staff. That got rectified. Still working out the bugs. Again, we want to apologize for that. And yeah, that's it. That's our show. We'll see you guys next month. Hopefully we'll keep growing. We'll keep building. These videos will get better. These shows will be better. We will be more comfortable on camera. Was there anything else you wanted to say? Anything else?
Keep submitting. And we really just want to inspire people to just keep making films.
Like us, we're Indie Film Festival on Facebook.
Yep.
Use hashtag NDFF if you want to refer to us. And yeah, we will see you in September.
See you next month. I see the glaring eyes. Isn't there a way to get rid of that? Look at that. Just Morpheus.
I'm like an anime character. I'm like that dude in every anime with the glasses and the glare is like
And
on
it's
him,
like,
and you never see his eyeballs.
Yeah.